my tutorial. This is actually I'm going to just be talking about a few little things here and there. One is that I want to just thank everyone for all the comments over the years, and I appreciate it much. It definitely shows that people are interested in the work that we as armorers do. The other reason is that I do listen to you guys, and even though I usually my answers are usually few and far between, I do read everything when it gets to me. And that's the reason I'm doing this video, is that I'm taking a step back on a few of the projects I've done and pretty much put into use of what you've mentioned, but also to explain the few things that I've done over the years too. So let me first start with the Helm, one of the biggest ones that people have talked to me about. First, let me apologize for putting a misnomer on it by saying it's a Vendel Helm. I should have put just basically, and I did correct it, and I just said how to mod a typical Viking helmet. So that was my bad. I should have done more research on it. The other reason I wanted to talk about it too is that one of the things that people talked about was the large rings on the side. When I originally did it, I thought it was actually going to look really cool, and I thought it was going to be an impressive thing and be, something different, something that would be my signature to it. But the more I listened to people and the more I looked at it, I had to agree with you, is that it just didn't look good, and it was just something that kind of just, it didn't really float. So I decided to go back and show what I did to change it. Is that I placed actually copper wiring, as you can see, through the holes and attached the mail to it. As you can see, the copper wiring it actually works. But I did find out that copper wiring, actually just metal wire in period, is a bit hard to bend and churn and everything like that. The other problem with copper is that eventually will start turning green, and will probably start turning green on the helmet too. So if you're going to do this, I suggest try something else. But as you can see, it holds the mail quite tightly onto the helmet. So if you guys want to try and do something like this is probably the best option. The second one I wanted to talk about is the scale armor. People have talked to me about is like, why do I make my own scales? Well, the reason is that there are places where I want to make the scales larger, smaller, and also just different places. This piece that I'm making right now is the perfect example. As you can see, these are totally different type of scales compared to what I've worked with before. It's going to be actually for the neck, as you can see. So that's the real reason, is that when I make my own, I can basically shape them as I see fit. The other reason I wanted to talk about too is that when I originally did my scale armor tutorial, I was doing it very historical. But if you're going to be in LARPing or SCA competitions, unless you're part of a historical society, you don't have to go super historical. And also, there was just a lot of pieces that were just too many pieces, and too many pieces, especially with armor, tends to cause a lot of problems. So I simplified this, and I actually did some more research, and I found this is actually surprisingly very it holds quite well. As you can see, it's X'd. I removed the twine that held it to the cloth, and I removed the copper wiring that held the scales together. And like I said, surprisingly, this is actually proving to be very effective, and it's actually holding very tight to it. So here's just another form of making scales, if you want to try and do it this way. That's pretty much it. So I just want to say thank you very much again for all the comments, and also making me look at my stuff again and trying to make it better. And hopefully during the spring I'll be have a few more of these few more tutorials to show in the coming months. So on that note, have a good day, and see you in the spring.